Sit right back, the time is now. Tammy's gonna show you how to cook it up like Mama used to do. Well, she makes it easy. She shows you tricks before too.
Super easy, super good. Let's get started. Hey y'all, we're making our skillet spaghetti. It is super duper simple. All you need is 1 can of Hunt's spaghetti sauce, and these are super cheap, usually around $1.50. You need a can of diced tomatoes, and I'm using petite. You need 1 cup of water, and then spaghetti noodles. And we're only going to use, these are pot size, we're only going to use a ½ pound of spaghetti noodles. Now once this gets finished, we'll be topping it with some mozzarella cheese, and of course you want to have some parmesan handy. This is super simple. If you're in a hurry, this is the easiest way to make spaghetti because I don't boil the noodles separate. Now I've already browned and drained my beef, and this is simple. I don't do anything else but that. No onions, peppers, nothing. I add the spaghetti sauce. I'm going to put the water in this can to help get all of this out of the can. The rest of the water. And the diced tomatoes. We're going to mix this up. You're going to want a big skillet. If you don't have a big skillet like this, then you're going to have to use a pot, okay? And we're just going to warm this sauce up right quick with a lid on it at a medium temperature for about 10 minutes. And then after it heats up good, we're going to add our noodles. Now, if for some reason you want to add some extra spice to it, you can do that. Of course you can. But I just want to show you how easy it is to make spaghetti when you're in a hurry and you don't have a lot of time. It's easy to use a canned sauce, and also go ahead and put your noodles in the pot so that you don't have to mess up 2 pots to clean up later. All right, I've got some Italian spices, and the sauce should already have stuff like that in it, but you can always add a little extra spice, mushrooms, whatever you want to put in there. You can always add it to it. So there's a few Italian spices. This recipe's in our 3rd cookbook, and I don't put the spices or anything in the recipe. It is simple dimple. If you want to make a super good spaghetti sauce, that's a different recipe. All right, we're going to take the lid off of this, and we're going to add our pasta. And remember that your pasta has to be completely submerged in order to get done. I'm just going to try to distribute it about evenly, and then we're going to try to push it down in there. And then you're going to add water, however much water is needed, to make sure that the pasta is completely submerged. I remember, y'all, I made this because me and Chris had been fishing one day, and I was so tired when we got back, and I wanted to make lunch, but I was so tired, and I thought, well, I can make spaghetti, but I really don't want to fool with boiling the noodles. And so I decided that I would just put them in the sauce, and it worked. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to really put them down in that sauce good. Get some and press them down in there real good. So after I get them pressed down in there, then I'm just going to take some water and I'm going to make sure that they're good and submerged in water, because they'll actually make the spaghetti sauce thicker because of the starch that's on them. Because all the starch coming off the pasta actually gets in the sauce. All right, and it makes the noodles taste really good. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add enough water to make sure that they're completely covered, okay? And then you're gonna put the top back on the spaghetti, and you're gonna cook this a good 10 minutes, and then the noodles should be soft because these are thin noodles. And then we'll be able to top it with some cheese. Talk about a fast lunch. And I'm just gonna make a little bit of garlic toast while that finishes up. So you can have this dinner ready in 20 minutes. So if you're a mom and you're in a hurry and you want to make something fast, and you already use a canned spaghetti sauce because many mamas do, and daddies, this just saves an extra step with the pasta. It makes a good spaghetti. You top it with cheese, the kids will love it, and you can have it on the table in 20 minutes, and then you don't have a pasta pot to clean up. So we're gonna put this in the air fryer. I'm going to put some garlic bread seasoning on it. And if you don't have garlic bread seasoning, you can use garlic powder or salt. If you're using salted butter, which I'm doing, you don't have to add the salt, but if you don't use salted butter, you really need to use a garlic salt. Now I am using a garlic bread spice blend, and Chris really likes it. It don't take a lot of it, and so it lasts a really long time. I got this at Bell's, but many times they don't have this blend. So if you go to your locals, Ross, Marshall's, Bell's, Home Goods, and they don't have this spice blend, you can always go on our website and go to the spice page and order some. And trust me, this large bottle is going to last you it's lasted me well over a year. So it's worth the money to pay for it. We're going to get these in the air fryer. Chris came in right in time, y'all, so he's getting here right when this is done, so that's awesome. And I'm gonna put this right here on the counter. We're gonna stir it up, and then we're gonna add, and then we're gonna add cheese to the top. So, let me show you how it looks. And of course you can add more noodles if you want more noodles. So if you like a little bit of sauce and a lot of noodle, then you'll use the whole pound of noodles. But remember that you just got to make sure you got enough water in there. Now what you're going to do is take cheese and put on the top of it. Put the lid back on it so that that cheese melts, and then we're going to dip it in. Get some on our plate, y'all. Now I baked our toast on 350, and it cooked about 5 or 6 minutes, and look how pretty and toasted it is. It smells really good, don't it, Chris?
Delicious.
So now we're gonna dip us out some spaghetti. Take a look at that. Does that look cheesy good? It's super fast. It's a lot faster than making it in the oven on a hot day. Look at all that cheese. Looks good. Okay, so we're going to put just a little bit more on the plate. Look at all that cheese. And our toast. That's all there is to it, y'all. Now, believe it or not, if you haven't had the Hunt's sauce, it's really good. And you can get it at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, all right? And to make this go even further, of course, you could go ahead and put the whole pound of spaghetti in there and feed a lot of people. I'm going to get me a bite. Oh, and you can put some parm on it too, if this is not enough cheese for you already, right? Super delicious, super fast, and super easy. Now that's the way to make spaghetti. We will see you next time on Collard Valley Cooks, where we cook like Mama did. This recipe is in the 3rd cookbook. All right, we'll see you next time. Love ya.
Cooking time, it's over now. Tammy, she just showed you how to cook it up like Mama used to do. So go on out and have some fun. Now you're getting dinner done with Collard Valley Cooks, your #1. Collard Valley Cooks, ain't we having fun?
It is a really, really hearty, delicious spaghetti. It gets super cheesy. Chris is enjoying it in here watching the game with Marcy.